on high. There's a voice cutting through like a lightning sky. At Master Media, he's holding the throne. The audio wizard, his name's Jeff Stone. He's taking names while the cameras roll, with a sarcastic grin and a heart of gold. Changing the game one upload at a time, making the hustle like a victimless crime. So come join the flock, don't you stay behind. Leave the boring old world and the daily grind, with a laugh and a thought to get you through. Jeff's got a brand new perspective for you. He's the king of the mic, the influencer soul, keeping us steady and taking control. Now Boston Ginger Sharp and Mary B's got the whip. J7 and Hippie Chick are making a hit. Dusty and Jan are the brains of the crew, but there's plenty of room in the rafters for you. Don't let the smart kids have all of the fun. The master revolution has only begun. He'll roast you a little, then lift you back up, pouring pure chaos in a coffee cup. So come join the flock, don't you stay behind. Leave the boring old world and the daily grind, with a laugh and a thought to get you through. Jeff's got a brand new perspective for you. He's the king of the mic, the influencer soul, keeping us steady and taking control. It's more than a channel, it's a state of mind, where the jokes are fast and the truth's easy to find. From the audio board to the YouTube screen, the fun is disruptive as you ever seen. Someone's on the edge making the call. Master Media standing 10 feet tall. Stop being a stranger, get in on the play. Jeff Stone's gonna help you survive the day. You come join the fly, come join the fly. Thank you, Hippie Chick, for getting the channel out. Hey, come join the fly, and that's Talk Media. Jeff is ready to ride.
Come join the flock. It's a great song. I like that a lot. Had to come on and check my camera. My camera has not been working for almost a week, and it's showing some kind of grayness. It's like a filter for some reason, but it looks like it's fixed right now. That's what it looks like anyway, that it is fixed. So the only thing I did was restart the computer and and unhooked the camera and plugged that back in, and it's gone. So that's interesting. So here we are, 2:00 in the morning, my time, and up watching the Brewers. Crazy Brewer game in Las Vegas against the A's. 15-14, the Brewers won. Major League Baseball should be ashamed that they're playing a major league game on a high school field in Vegas, because that's what it seemed like. 7 or maybe even more than that. Maybe it's 11 home runs were hit. I mean, just a crazy game. But the Brewers do win 15-14, so they continue to lead in their division, beating the Cubs and the Cardinals. That's good stuff. So that's what I was up doing. And then, like I said, I was trying to figure out what my camera was doing, and it looks like it's fixed. So I don't know if anybody can see my shirt, but I got my Dean and Danny doing the internet shirt on, and pretty cool shirt. So, but everything does seem to be working on the camera. James Jackson, he came into the old YouTube chat and was yucking it up a little bit. You know, it looked like he probably was drinking and bored, or maybe, let's hear it.
I'm JFK show off, damn it. And I got shoes, I got dress, and I'm a princess.
Looks like maybe Princess sent them in, you know, and James Jackson, the good dog, said, all right, I'll go check it out. I'll go stir some things up. And so he came in the chat, was asking questions. He goes, oh, come on, Mad Storky. Don't you meet women on the internet? No, James, no. There's enough women without being on the internet that you can go meet. You know, I guess you don't realize that, but don't have to go on the internet to meet women, and you don't have to do all the other stuff either. So, but I appreciate James coming in and watching a couple of videos, because he added some, you know, views, and that's great. I appreciate that. James is a great guy for doing that, but he's, they must miss me over there. Princess must have said, boy, I sure miss Mad Stork. You should really go check and see what's going on. So James said, all right, I'll go do it. I'll say some stupid things because I only got 2 brain cells left, and I'll show how smart I am. That's what I'm going to do. So that's what he did. He come in, you know, some old videos he was doing. He's going, well, how come you're ripping on Broken Baker? How come you're doing this? It's like, James, you know what? Keep drinking. You're not going to have those 2 brain cells left. So you need to stop that. He's going, well, when are you going to go after JFK and the young jerks again? Well, it's kind of funny that they're worried about that. But, of course, JFK thinks I've stopped everything because of his copyright strikes. That's not the reason. I just don't have time for him sometimes. You know, I got other things going on. I just can't worry about what Princess is doing. But we'll get back into it. I like checking out what Princess is up to. You know, Mr. Good Looking Princess. He's better looking, so he gets the people. The long gamers like him because he's better looking. So that's great and everything. But yeah, so James, you know, lightened it up a little bit. You know, I was up, like I said, watching the Brewers, and all of a sudden, you know, my phone's going off. Oh, you got a message in YouTube. So I was watching that, and you know, he kept on going on, and then I did what Then I did what Princess always does. I pulled the Princess on him. I deleted everything James Jackson was talking about, and I did it just like that, just like Princess would do it. Gone. You're gone. So I don't know if Princess wants to come in and talk. You know, maybe wants to come in and chat and talk. Who knows? I don't know. So got some people in the chat here. Let's see what everybody's saying. 3 a.m. where you are, Cheryl. Awesome. And yeah, much better. Camera's much better. And happy about that. Hopefully the mic is not screwed up now, because I didn't touch anything with that other than I put on a new a mic holder, kind of a nice little thing to put the mic on. So I did that, but hopefully the mic is sounding better or stayed the same because I wasn't having problems with that. Oh, no problem, Danny. Don't worry about that. I just went live. I went live. I noticed that you were live, so I waited till you got done, and then I just popped on. Like I said, I wanted to check my camera out. I was having so much trouble with my camera the last few days, and I saw, I just wanted to check it out and make sure that it was working. And it looks like it's working finally. I don't think it's messing up, so I'm a little close. So I got it backed off a little bit. I don't know why it's doing that, but I need to back off of it so that it's not so close. And maybe that'll help. I don't know. Back off a little bit. See what happens. But yeah, backed off a little bit. I mean, to get close, it like adds about 75 pounds to the picture. So backed off a little bit, and then I lost about 6 pounds compared to 75 that I gained when I had it closer. So, but yeah, a little bit of fun with James Jackson tonight. And then, like I said, I just stopped him. I just, he was done. And I'm sure, he didn't stick around long because he had to report back to Pincess and everything. But they're worried. They're worried about when I'm going to start up again. And, they're getting ready with their copyright strikes. But I should, it's kind of funny because it should be this week that I hear back if I get those videos back. I should be hearing something this week. So isn't it funny that James came into the chat to stir it up, knowing that I'm probably getting those things back? I think it's funny. I really do. So, all right. Well, that's good. So it looks like the microphone's working, and using a different mic tonight. I've used it before, and I like this one. It's called the LA mic, and it's a Sennheiser, and it's a little basically a shotgun mic, but it's got a good sound and everything. I use this mic on a lot of my commercial work, and it's really a good mic for that. So yeah, he was working tonight for Pincess. There's no doubt about that. Trying to go through these comments without keeping them on the now that Danny was in here, trying not to keep them on the screen too long because I know that bothers them. So see what everybody's saying here. So they had the music chats. They were on Toys channel tonight. That was kind of cool. Give some views to that. So yeah, and that's my special name for Randall is Pincess, because I just feel
I'm
like
JFK show off, damn it. And I got shoes, I got dress, and I'm a princess.
that's him in a nutshell. Because he's so good looking, he said. And that's why people watch him, is because he's so good looking. So it's kind of crazy. So everyone, I can show it, I guess. I just got to lift the camera up a little bit. I just don't want to move this camera too much and then something screw up. There they are. Look at that. There you go. I bought 2 shirts because I like supporting Danny in the channel. And I know I can be a little bit of opinionated sometimes and maybe not agree with a lot of things that's going on. But, like I said before, I'm very loyal to the people that helped me get started. Very loyal. And people that helped get the channel name out and all that kind of stuff, I'm very loyal. And until you go against that loyalty with me, I'm going to be loyal. So if that bugs somebody the wrong way, I'm sorry. Hopefully you'll come back if you leave us and you give us another shot. Oh, look at that, Cassie G. Should have told me you were up. I'd have sent you a link so you could have sat here and talked with me. Fell asleep for 3 hours. All right. So you're up for a little bit, maybe. Like I said, I just came on kind of just to check the camera, talk a little bit about my Brewers. I mean, they're tearing it up right now. Not a good start for pitching tonight, but all pitching was bad when you have a 15-14 game. So it's just not the Brewers. But it was fun to watch. Like I said, I watched that and then communicated a little bit with James Jackson. I think he's a drinker at night. So he probably doesn't even remember tomorrow that he came in. Maybe not. Because I think those brain cells are like, dying a little bit. Who's Pincess? I can't believe I'm going to. Well, here, just listen to this and you'll know who Pincess is, all right? Just listen.
I'm JFK Show Off, damn it. And I got shoes, I got dress, and I'm a princess.
There you go. That's who the Princess is. All right. That's what he's going to be called on this channel. Princess at all times. And we'll get back to watching him. I mean, Kasi G's been watching a little bit of him. But now with Crawford acting up, he might be the more funny person to go watch because he is just talking through his hat. I mean, that guy is just something else. He wants to dock it. He wants to copyright strike everybody. Just get everybody off of it and everything. And then there's that other person that what's her name? Lana. She's a nut. I mean, what's going on with that? Yeah, Princess Randall. That's his name. But I mean, the only reason why I call him that is because he said he was so pretty and that everybody wants to watch him and not us over here at Mad Stork Media because he's pretty. So, all right, Princess, you're pretty. That's neat. Princess makes Crawford blood. That's funny. What is up with Crawford? What is he doing? And then he's got Meredith on there, and she's got a list of people that she wants off the YouTube, and that she and they're sitting there saying, well, anybody can put thing against the channel. Anybody can do it. Anybody in the chat. What is up with that? Wow, unbelievable. So James, good to see you here. I know that. It's kind of funny because there's probably people here, there's only like 20 people to 17, I guess, and then some other ones. And there's probably somebody from JFK, from the Princess Show, that's probably listening to see what I'm going to say. But I'm just going to say he's a princess. That's all. So, going through these, the people that are up and everything. I appreciate you checking us out this morning. And like I said, it's not going to be a long one. I'm just, like I said, just checking out equipment and seeing which mic I want to use the most. And the camera's fixed, it looks like. It's showing up on my TV pretty well. Now, of course, I'm not as pretty as Princess, but, at least you get somebody with a little bit more brain power than what you get over there at that show. I mean, not much brain power, but I mean, at least a little bit more. I haven't even watched him over there. I'm behind on that because usually I'll watch a few days shows and then pick one that I want to, edit and talk about. But I haven't even done that. I just haven't had time to go over there and listen to one of his 5-hour shows. So, yeah, that Lana, I don't know what's going on with that either. I mean, just crazy stuff. And, something happened tonight. I got to say this, everybody talks about their pains and everything. I don't know if you can see this, but you see my ring finger? See it bent? It happened. I was transferring from the couch to my chair, and there was a crack in my finger, and I think I broke my finger right at the tip. I can't even straighten it out. I tried to straighten it out, and I can't do it. Now, I show this, and I bet you tomorrow, Untwisted Tragedy is probably going to have the same problem. But I show this. It's just really weird. Like I said, I heard a crack when I was transferring because I had my hand down, And then all of a sudden I looked up and it was like, wow, it's hurting a little bit. And then all of a sudden I couldn't straighten it. It was like, what in the heck is going on? So there's a pain. I'll tell everybody about the pain I have. Really interesting. Tell you the truth, I never really watched that Lana, whatever her name is. And I mean, she kind of lost me when she was, she had went to the courthouse one day. And then people said she didn't pick up anything or anything like that. And she just kind of lost me. She was kind of acting like a kind of an idiot there and thought she was like more than what she is. I think she's got some real problems. I really do. And I know. Cassie's really picking it up, and I appreciate him checking, making sure that Randall's going all right over there, the Princess, and I do catch the Cassie on him doing his show and talking about those people, especially Cryford the other night. I watched that, and no, I'm not in a storage container. Was it really a storage container? Do we really know if it really was a storage container that he was doing his YouTube show from? I know people say that, but did it really happen? Unbelievable. Yeah, it does look like a gang sign, doesn't it? Yeah, it's like something, like I said, it cracked. It doesn't hurt now. Like I can pull it, pull the finger, try to get it straight. And I know everybody was thinking I was going to say I pulled my finger. I didn't say that. So I was trying to straighten it out. Okay. And I didn't want to be a Cryford and pull it. So don't even start. But it doesn't hurt now. Like when I try to straighten it out, it doesn't hurt. But before it did, when it first happened, it did. I don't know what it is. Like I said, I'll have to get it checked, I guess, if it doesn't come back. But I think it could be broke. Could be. I don't know. Looks fine. Long as it's still there, that's all I worry about, Last time I had anything broke, they had to take the foot off. So, I don't need anything else like that. So as long as it's on, it's fine. I mean, there's football players that cut their fingers off if they're bent too much. So it's fine. 2018, when she went insane. Lana went insane, or who went insane? So what's going on? Somebody has to fill me in. I watched a little bit of it today, but I didn't understand what was going on. So Proctor doesn't want to be deposed yesterday or today. So he checked himself into something. What in the world is going on with this? And now it's not going to be until later in the month that he's going to be deposed. Because I didn't understand what was going on. So what did he do? Did he really check himself into is it a medical thing? You check himself into the hospital? I would have taken everybody right to the hospital and did the deposition right there. But so what a thing, you send Alan Jackson flies in and then they allow him not to do it. I mean, it's crazy. I wish the middle finger would have bent. That'd have been a better finger to show. But no, it was the ring finger. So, yes, and hey to Danny, and but like I said with Proctor, I mean he's gonna have to go in. He just might as well put the tail between his legs and go in and get it done with. We all know now what he is. We all knew before what he was. It's not like it's something different. Just go get it done. And so we can get the rest of the stuff that he said. So Cassie, you know what? I marvel at you and Danny and everybody, how you guys do your chats, that you can get through them and all that real quick. I guess I'm still learning on that part, but we'll get there and everything. But yeah, so So the whole thing with Proctor, like I said, just get it done. We all know what he said. We all know what he's like. There's nothing going to surprise us anymore, I don't think, out of his messages or his voice messages or anything. I don't think there's anything. I mean, the last one, dump here, was pretty bad. So, I mean, how do you get worse than that? What do you say to get worse than that? I don't know. So the Reed team won the motion to have Proctor deposed, and that would have been today, right? But then the Reed attorneys couldn't be there, which was really strange to me. Is why they didn't block off 2 days. Did they really think they were going to get done in a deposition with Proctor in 1 day? I mean, if you're going to go 15 hours, maybe you could get done. I don't know. But it seems strange that they only had 1 day blocked off. Unbelievable. It is a nice shirt, Danny. And I went out and I got it. I got 2 of them. I got a long sleeve one and then this short sleeve one. And I like them. Great merch. Everybody needs to get out there and support Red House Media. I'm telling you right now, go to that store. I mean, if I can find the store, everybody can find the store. So go do that, all right? Go and support Red House Media. If you're not giving them money and where you're donating with the chats and all that kind of stuff, then go get the merch. Support the channel. There's 42,000 pages of it? Of his text messages? Come on. Who texts that much? Well, okay, never mind. I'm not going to even answer that. 42,000 pages of text messages? Unbelievable. Well, like I said, though, there's not going to be anything in there that's going to surprise us now. I mean, the last is pretty, those are some bad ones. I mean, I just don't understand how a guy like that can pass anything to be a cop, because people knew about this. People knew about his behavior. Let's face it. And what about his wife? What was she thinking? What is she thinking? Did she finally kick him out? That's what I want to know. Unbelievable. Like I said, I kind of catch up, like even in Danny's chat, watching everybody, talk, and I finally catch up with what's going on. But like I said, I watched it today and I was just confused that all of a sudden they, made it for later in the month because, Alan had to fly back. And I just didn't understand why they only blocked off 1 day to do a deposition with him. So, yeah, I thought it was going to take longer than that too. I really did. Okay. Well, that makes sense, I guess. Then, so they did probably have it blocked off. But like I said, he's trying to get out of it. He's not going to get out of it. So he might as well, like I said, he might as well take his beating now and just get it done with. And I mean, do you think this guy will ever talk? Does anybody think that somebody will come forward like him? I mean, Higgins I'm glad that he got rid of the weight. I'm sure he feels great, other than the fact that, that he had something to do with John O'Keefe's murder. But I mean, do you think one of them will say something? Will finally come forward and just say something and actually admit something? It's just, you just think that somebody, if they know they're going to jail, or if they know because now Proctor has, if they go back and look at other cases that he was on, and, he might have to make a sweet deal and quick. So it'd be interesting if one of them would decide to do that. And we all know that whoever decides to go first is going to get the best deal. And Proctor knows that. But, he'd have to come out and really say something that everybody was going to believe, though, too. He just can't come out and point fingers. He's got to be able to, to have all the receipts and everything, which I'm sure he does. I would think he would anyway. And I always wondered, up until, we saw all the text messages, and then I really wondered. But I always wondered, like, that video camera of his camera or somebody's camera that was around when they went to get Karen Reed that second time, when she has to get shoes and get her, different clothes and all that kind of stuff. I often wondered if they edited that video so that we didn't hear some of his crazy things, because we heard the, little thing about, look at her. She's so worried about being on TV. You just wonder if there wasn't something more to that they edited out that they thought nobody would ever see. I mean, this guy has been, is this true? 13 years? Wow. That's what I mean. Somebody knew this guy was like this. Somebody knew it. And I mean, the only thing I'm hoping is that Gallagher, Lank, and Tully and Buchanan knew everything. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping those guys go down harder than anybody else. Especially Tully and Gallagher. I mean, that Gallagher, I still could, I wanted to go through the TV and just punch him in the head, the way he was moving his head and all that on the stand. And then saying stupid things. We thought Brian Albert was dumb in that interview on TV. Well, Gallagher was dumb in his whole thing that he was talking about on the stand. He was just dumb. So, then Alan couldn't get it done. It's just Tuesday. Yeah, Alan had to catch the red eye to get back to LA. I mean, I'm sure he's busy. I'm sure a lot of things going on with him. But you know that he wants to be there for that deposition. Oh, well, that's probably true too. And then never thought about the old. So that would be probably Proctor's wife you're talking about there. And yeah, definitely. There's a whole bunch of other talk in that too. I mean, but you're definitely right. And everybody's saying, well, he can say whatever he wants in his private message. No, he's a cop. He's a police officer. He's held to a higher standard. And I guess he's protected to say what he wants. Yeah, but he shouldn't be saying it as a guy that's going out and making powerful choices on who to arrest. And then to sit there and say that he planted cocaine on people. Of course, he wouldn't have to plant it on Meredith, because she would just be, whoever brought it, she'd be using it because she has to, because they brought it. I mean, she can't be a bad host and not try it, right? And what's up with her making a list of people that she wants off the internet? What's that all about? She just mad that people are talking about her like she talks about everybody else? Crazy stuff. I mean, it's like I told people to, yesterday when I got on with Mark, they come after me in my, chat and, be mean and all that kind of stuff. And we're supposed to be all on the same side. And I understand that I rubbed everybody the wrong way a little bit with what I said about, Baker and the sexting and all that kind of stuff. But, that's just my belief. And I can have that. And I don't think you have to be mean about it and all of a sudden be like the other side. I thought they were the only ones that did the mean comments. So we need to settle down a little bit. Yeah. Hit the like button. Hit the share. We're coming back slow. I lost, because I opened my mouth up about the Baker thing. And we lost, I don't know, about 15 people. But they're coming back. They're coming back. And like I said, I was glad just to make it to 100. I thought that was great. Update on the channel, though. I was talking yesterday, and this is something that's really cool to me. And I hope people come back. I don't know when it's going to be yet, but I'm hoping it's going to be Thursday. But it might not be. But I got a hold of my friend Richard Young, and he's with the Kentucky Headhunters. Please do yourself a favor and Google the Kentucky Headhunters. They are Southern rock, blues, and rock all together, and then some country in there. And Richard is the leader of the band. And he plays rhythm guitar. and they've been around a long time. They've been my friends since 1989. And I mean, they have been really close friends. And he is going to come on Mad Stork Media. And I talked to him today. I actually gave him a call. I hadn't talked to him in a while. So I called and he answered the phone. Jeffro, what are you doing? It was really great that and I asked him, I said, hey, I'm doing this channel. I said, you probably don't understand the YouTube thing. And he goes, oh, no, I do. And he goes, when do you want to do it? And I said, whenever you want to do it. He said, man, I'd be honored to come on with you. And he goes, I definitely will do it. He goes, I just got to get the dates right. And he said, right now, he said, we're going to be in Texas next week. And I got some other shows, but he said, maybe I can do it Thursday. We'll see. So he's going to get back to me tomorrow or Wednesday or today or Wednesday and see what's going on. But do yourself a favor. All right. Go search the Kentucky Headhunters. They had a couple of good songs that charted. And then they had some underground stuff like Pincess that did real well with their followers and everything, with their fans. So, but so he's going to come on. Their big radio play one was Dumas Walker, and then also "Oh Lonesome Me," which was an old Don Gibson song in country music, and they took that into the charts. That really got them going, that one. But their first CD was "Picking on Nashville," and if you look the way they looked, that's what they were saying. We're picking on Nashville because they had the long hair and looked like they hadn't showered for about 2 weeks. But, I mean, musician-wise, unbelievable. They are tight. But you can even YouTube them and just watch. I mean, there's a song that their lead guitar player plays. It's the old Norman Greenbaum song, Spirit in the Sky. Listen to the version that the Kentucky Headhunters do. Unbelievable. And their lead guitarist, Greg Martin, he actually filled in for Gary Rossington for Leonard Skinner back in the 90s. And that's pretty cool when you think of it. So, right. There you go, James. I agree right there. He has a right to free speech, but he doesn't have a right to be a cop. Exactly. So, seen them in Ohio. I think there's bad cops all over, all right? But, that's why we have to applaud the good ones, because there are good blue too. I have a couple of, friends like I talk about here where I live that are real close to me, and they're good blue. I mean, they would never, ever jeopardize their jobs. They would never do that to their families. And they're good people. And so, I mean, I know that they can be out there and everything. So, anyway, so the Kentucky Headhunters, I was sad to see that the lead singer for the Kentucky Headhunters, Doug Phelps, who's one of my closer friends, and he kind of kept it from me that he ended up having prostate cancer, had to get some chemo treatments, and he had like the longest hair of the group, and it was always in great condition hair, even as he got older. And now he has, I guess he went through a bout where he doesn't have hair. And people were yelling at him at a show, I guess. What did you do to your hair? What did you do to your hair? And Richard said he just yelled into the microphone. I don't know. It just started falling out. But hopefully he's on the road to recovery. I guess he was getting some good numbers after the chemo and everything. So hopefully he's on the road to recovery. Just a bunch of good people. They're really good people. I know I talk about the Blake Shelton guys and everything, but the Kentucky Headhunters are right up there too. And I got a chance to be in a lot of good stages with them too. When they were out on the road opening up for Hank Williams Jr. at a time when Hank was so big and partying like crazy, and it was a good time. And so hopefully, like I said, we can get Richard on this week, talk about what's going on with the heads. They're touring. They're out there every year. They're going everywhere. From Canada all the way down to, all through the United States. I mean, it's just a crazy schedule that they have, and they're older now. And Richard, and we'll get him to talk about it, but Richard, it was a few years back now, but he was on stage in Oklahoma and he fell right basically backwards, I think it was, or maybe forward, and had a heart attack on stage. And he recovered from it, but it was crazy, that whole story too. And like I said, hopefully we'll get him to talk about it. And country fans, if you remember the song "I'm from the Country and I Like It Like That," Tracy Byrd did the song. It was the most played song on radio when that song came out until it ended. It was the most played song on radio. And it was written by Richard Young, who we're going to talk to. So great writer, and just with a really good band that's a real band. And one thing that I'm proud about, they practice they call it the practice house. If you read about them, they got a place on there that their grandmother owned. It's a little farm house, and they call it the practice house because they do all their songwriting there. They do all their practicing there. And I have been, I think to this day yet, I'm the only disc jockey that they allowed to come to the practice house and sit around and see what, how they do things and all that kind of stuff. And so that was an honor to be able to do that, because there's like other people from rock bands that wanted to go and sit in the practice house and do an album or whatever. It's got some of the great, because it's an old house, it's got some of the great acoustics. And so that was pretty cool that I got invited there and got a chance to hang out with Richard's brother, Fred, who's the drummer for the Kentucky Headhunters, who's a monster drummer. You can look him up on YouTube. And Richard has a son who's the drummer for Blackstone Cherry, which is a rock band. And so that drumming thing is in the blood. But and John Fred Young, which is Richard's son, he's a monster too on the drums. And like I said, that's Blackstone Cherry, and they do the practicing at the practice house too. So, but it's kind of cool that I was invited to do that. So, trying to read all these now. Now, if there's dead air, don't be saying, "Oh, Matt Stork had dead air." Just trying to catch up here. Like I said, they're not all dirty. It just seems like a lot of Massachusetts cops are. I mean, you hate to hit them, but man, I mean, when it started rolling downhill, it was rolling downhill hard. Hunting for college girls. All right. That's what James Jackson was doing, I guess, tonight. He was in everybody's chat just looking for women. And he was mad when I didn't talk about, that's where I'm meeting women. No, I don't need to meet women on the internet. Wow, mother-in-law, retired cop. So he was on with Brian Albert. Wow. I want to know if if Donnie was the one that was involved with Boston's Finest. Did he ever come out and say anything in support of Brian Albert or anything like that? I wondered about that because I never read anything about that. So that's interesting. In Princess, he says that he knows the Wahlbergs. He was in a Bentley. I guess the pictures on the internet where if you look close, you can see the Princess in the back seat, but doesn't get any work from Donnie Wahlberg or Mark Wahlberg or nothing. I mean, he's so good looking. You would think that Mark or Donnie would put him in a TV show or a movie, right? He's so good looking. Why isn't he using, that talent that Princess has? So, okay. So that's good. Like I said, I didn't think he spoke about it or anything. But isn't it true? I mean, if you got the good looks like Princess, you would think that the Wahlbergs would be put in movies and everything. And Princess got mad. Let's face it, Princess got mad at me because of the tax thing. And then I kept on saying he's a fraud because he didn't have a hit on radio. And he goes, there's other ways, don't you know? I guess you don't. You don't know there's other ways to get people to music. I know all the ways you can get people to music. Dummy. I know everyone. And evidently you're not getting your music to those people because I still didn't hear about you, Princess. And you're a power guy. You think that, you get a little following on YouTube and all of a sudden it brings you power. It doesn't, buddy. Can't win a playoff with Venn. I missed something there, didn't I? Princess is dumb. Mark Wahlberg has business all over Ohio now. I saw him in the opening of the Wahlburgers inside the casino in Columbus a couple of years ago. Yeah, he doesn't, he doesn't even, like if he's involved with the casinos and all that kind of stuff, he doesn't even get JFK some jobs. Princess don't even get jobs out of him. And where he can do his rap stuff. So what's going on? Well, Mark don't have anything to do with music. Well, if he's got stuff going on though with casinos and that, at least he could get somebody a job. At least, look at Blake Shelton. All right. He doesn't owe me nothing. And at least when he started making it bigger and he was opening up for, Rascal Flatts and Toby Keith, George Strait, guess who he asked to do his intros to each show? Where you say, Wrangler Jeans presents Warner Brother recording artist Blake Shelton. Who did he ask? He could have had whatever disc jockey was on stage that night, introduce him. No, he came back to me and he said, you know what, will you do this for me? And I'll play it on every show that I do on tour. And I said, absolutely, I will do it. Be honored to do it. That's what I'm talking about. If you have a relationship that like Princess said he does, sometimes they throw you a bone, and they pay you for it. And that's what I'm talking about. I'm not trying to, I'm just saying, well, why? You talk about it, you're in the Bentley with Wahlberg and all this kind of stuff, but why didn't he give you some jobs? That's all I'm saying. And Princess got mad at me because I said that. Go on the internet and look at the picture. I'm in the Bentley. Okay, but it's not your Bentley. So you're in a Bentley. I could go rent a Bentley and take a picture in it. Whippy. Wahlberg's in Dorchester, Massachusetts closed. Yeah, see? Probably they closed because Princess wasn't performing there. He could have been there performing in the restaurant. They do that all over Nashville. They go to all over to perform all the artists. So maybe Princess needs to get out there and do that. More people would find his music, maybe. I know everybody knows his music. Everybody does. All the snooties. So where is Turtle Boy's golf outing? Is that in the Northeasterners there, or where is that? Because I don't want to go out there and drive the old cart and all that kind of stuff, and then some cop says I'm doing something wrong. But if they're snooty out there, don't want to go there either. So, but it's true, these people, when they say they know so-and-so and they know them so well, they're in their Bentleys and everything, they do offer sometimes to do something for you, or they remember you, what you've done for them, or, evidently probably Princess didn't do much for them. So maybe he was always the taker instead of, giving, something to them. So they didn't remember him that way. But it's pretty cool when an artist as big as like Blake Shelton comes to you and says, hey, I want you to do my intros. It's pretty cool. He could done it. Do you know how many radio interviews he does, in a day? He could have picked anybody for that. But no, he picked me, called me up, and he said, hey, will you do this? So, yeah, they said it's in Paxton. It's where the golf outing is, in Paxton. So I haven't looked to see where that is. But I would like to know if that's a snooty area. Maybe I don't want to go there then. Well, didn't Randall, didn't Princess, I got to keep calling him Princess, so you stop calling him the other name. Didn't Princess sell cars? Maybe he sold them for the Wahlbergs. I don't know. I think that's one of the things he said he did and everything. One thing I want to get to, and I know Kasi G has gotten to it, but I really want to go over a Untwisted Tragedies stream. I mean, that girl I don't even know what to say about her. I mean, other than that, she's a complete wacko. I mean, just unbelievable. So you don't know where Paxton is? No, I don't. I would think that it's close to wherever Turtle Boy lives. I would think would be in driving distance. So. Yeah, Princess, I don't know why he's not doing more. And the music that he has out, is that him or is it his buddies? Because it always seems like, oh, I got help from so-and-so, they're doing the rap. And then he's just the writer. Now, everybody knows that does AI songs, that you just got to go to Google and say, hey, write me a song with this in it and give them at least, type up at least some bullet points, and it gets you a song. So, I mean, I'm sure that's the way Princess is doing it. He's not doing this whole rhyming thing. I mean, come on. He might be good looking, but he's not that smart. But that's right. Not everybody thinks like Princess. Not everybody's like Princess. That's what JFK always says when James talks to him. And what J-Bro said, not everybody's like you. Not everybody's like you, JFK. No, there's a lot of people out there like him, but that are a little bit more of a go-getter. He keeps on saying that he does this, he does that, he does this. I don't know what he's doing. So crazy. Won't be any cops on the golf course. Drinking Lord. See, that's where I bet you that's where Paxton is too. They're probably 40 miles west. So that's not where the snooty people are then, right? I mean, I live in an area that's a real tourist area. And I look at some of the houses that are going out there for sale in the Boston, like Canton or whatever. And there's some big money houses over there that are shacks like over here. I mean, where I live, there's some of them don't look like the ones here. Because we got water on both sides of us. And we've got the Bay of Green Bay, and then we got Lake Michigan. And we're right in that tip, right on that thumb. And, houses are expensive. But if you're buying $1 million house here, it looks like $1 million house. It doesn't look like it needs paint and, landscaping and all that. You're buying $1 million house. So what else here? What have we been on? I don't even know how come my timer's not working? Usually StreamYard tells you how long you've been on, but we must be going on 45 minutes or so. Anything else happening? I appreciate everybody that came in here, and don't forget to hit the like. Don't forget to hit the share. Subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, yes, I'm going to tell you right off the bat, I'm going to piss you off. Mark won't, my buddy Mark won't piss you off. I mean, he'll get going sometimes on being a Republican, but he's a moderate, and he's not going to piss you off like I do. All right. I'm going to say something stupid. I'm going to piss you off. But don't take that one time I piss you off and go, oh man, this guy's horrible, and not, and then start giving me mean comments. and don't go in my chat, on the Mad Stork Media channel and say, after you're done arguing with me, say, don't talk to me no more. No, you're in my chat. You're my channel. You don't talk to me anymore. And then come back and say, well, when I tell you not to talk to me anymore, you don't talk to me anymore. You don't respond. You don't do that. It was dumb. I've never heard anything like that. Guess the person was from Canada. What I hear. Sun will be up soon. You're right. And I will be able to sleep a little bit in the morning here. And I got a voice session at 11 o'clock my time, noon Eastern time. So I'll get some sleep in. Like I said, I just wanted to get on and check this camera out. It does look like it's working finally. So that's good. But I'm hitting something where it keeps on coming back in. It's not going away from me. And I need it to back up a little bit so I can lose those 6 pounds, because I just gained about 75 back again. But it is working, and that's the main thing. I know. You just, I'm letting everybody know up front. You're not going to like everything that I say. You're just not. But if you go into it and take it as a grain of salt and try to make fun of it, because whatever I say, there's always going to be a sarcastic twist to it. And you got to listen for that. And I shouldn't have to explain that either. But, don't go all crazy about it. So what? We're on the same side. If you believe Karen Reed is innocent and you believe Turtle Boy is innocent, then we're on the same side. Now, just because I have an opinion of what happened with Broken Baker and J7, so what? Everybody's got opinions. And it doesn't mean that I don't like Broken Baker. I like what Broken Baker does. I think it's a great channel. He's never helped me out. He's never come in this chat and said, hey, buddy, or anything like that. So, I don't have any loyalty to him. But J7 in the beginning, she did a lot for this channel. And that doesn't mean, though, that she can come in and then, cause havoc either. But, as far as, my loyalty to Broken Baker, yeah, I like what he does, and that's where it stops. But people getting all crazy about it and, just going off and saying I hate him and all that kind of stuff. I don't hate him. At least Danny from Red House Media, who's been a supporter early on, look at, before he went and laid down, he stopped in to say hi. That's pretty cool that somebody like that does. And there's no reason. I've said stuff in Broken Baker's chat, so he could have easily come back in here and said something. So. Well, everybody should have different opinions. If we're all alike, then it's going to be a really boring existence. Can't be alike. And everybody makes mistakes. Everybody does. Lord knows I made a lot of mistakes in my radio days. And everybody makes them. We're human. And like I said, I'm going to say stupid things. I'm human. But whatever I say about Pincess, no, I mean it. That is not a mistake. So if you're a Pincess fan, definitely this is not the channel for you. It just isn't. But I know some will come in just to come in and listen for it, because they got to hear what I'm going to say about him. And he's a putz. Pincess is a putz. And that's what he is. And sending this little watchdog out, James, send somebody a little bit more, capable of having a conversation with me. I was waiting for him as he was typing. I was waiting for him to come back and say, do you wear a goat chain, Jeff? I was waiting for it, because that's what I thought for sure he was going to say. James, are you? You're Mr. Perfect? Okay. So do you know Pincess pretty well? If you're Mr. Perfect? Because he's pretty perfect, he said. Looking and everything. So I guess I went long enough. I don't know. Let people go to bed here. We got 20 some people, YouTube, and a few on X, and like I said, I appreciate each and every one of you. I really do. It can get crazy. It can be stupid with what I say, but I appreciate each and every one of you coming on in and saying what you want to say. I'll delete like I did James Jackson, but I'm only going to delete the people that are from the JFKs, from the Crawfords, from, Untwisted Tragedies, because those messages mean nothing to me. But when it comes to the people that have been here and supporting, I'll allow you to say whatever you want, even if it's attacking something that I said. That's fine. I'll let it. So, but when James Jackson and all them come in, then I'm just going to delete that crap. Because number one, it don't make sense. Him asking me when I'm going to go after Crawford and JFK again. He's only asking that for only one reason, because they're wondering why I'm so silent. It's bothering them that I'm not saying anything. But, sometimes silence kills, right? It just bothers people, and then they'll, act up. And I still say Princess, and I'm a big believer in this. I've sent YouTube a message, but I think Princess should have been struck too for doing the false striking. I really believe that. And I believe if Crawford's doing it or Meredith's doing it, I think they should be thrown off YouTube, because there's no reason to false strike anybody. If you're watching them long enough, I'm sure somebody's going to make a mistake. So take that mistake, but you don't have to go looking for something or make something up to get a channel off. Why do you want a channel off anyway? Why did Princess want me off so bad? It's because he didn't want to go head to head with me, because I was getting to him. I struck a nerve. A channel that had at that time 214 followers, 214 subscribers, and he got mad and he false strike me because he wanted me off. A person with 214 subs he was worried about. And what does he say? Oh, I'd do it to anybody. It doesn't make a difference if they got 15,000, 100,000. If they're attacking me and they're saying false. I don't know what was false. I said, you're a fraud. And I still believe that. So I don't know what, you haven't proved to me that you're not. You haven't proved to anything to me. So I can say that. It's my opinion of you, Princess. But I agree, you are pretty. So, that's why, you're named Princess, because you are. And the Wahlbergs are missing it. They should be putting you in Boston Blue and whatever Mark is up to now. I know he's praying a lot, but you could go on the commercials with Mark and pray. Tell people to pray with you. That Mad Stork quits picking on you. You could go right on TV and Wahlberg could get you that and do that. That's what I would do. But whatever, startup channel. Yeah, I guess that's we're the easy ones to go after. Is Purple back yet? Anybody know? Is he back on YouTube, or is he still off? And what happened that he? I know he was going pretty hard. I know he was going pretty hard at Meredith and everything, but. Man, if he's not back yet, that's crazy. Wow, he's not back. That's crazy stuff and everything. Like I said, I took off most of my videos and made them private right now, because I'm waiting for the 2 to come back that they took down from me, YouTube. And they said that after I responded, there was 10 days for Princess to say that he was suing me in federal court. And that 10 days has got to be up, or at least this week. Because I'm trying to go back to when I think it was the end of May. So I'm thinking that 10 days has got to be up. So I should be getting those videos back. They keep on saying the countdown's on for like 90 days. But it's supposed to, they said they were doing it if he didn't show, because I haven't got anything about him suing me. And I'm ready if he does. What I said is not suable. And plus I'll be able to, get him in a deposition and ask him some tough questions about everything, where his music is, what, you know what, show me the music, show me the hits, and all that kind of stuff. I mean, if he wants to go that route, I'll go that route. And like he said, he's got his people. He's got the long gamers. They'll pay for it. He can just snap his fingers, and the long gamers will give him money to sue anybody. Oh, man. People sometimes just talk dumb. Now, Ray made it. Ray did go after. And that's another thing right there, that Alex claim. All of a sudden they want to be distanced from that. They don't want anybody talking about that one at all. Nothing. I mean, if Princess was going to sue somebody, don't you think he'd be asking, what's her face, New Jersey ambulance chaser, for advice? Evidently, he must not think very good of her advice, because I don't think maybe he did ask her. Maybe that's where he came up with the fact that he thought that I defamed him. Maybe she was the one that said, well, he's saying that you're a criminal, that you're doing something, wrong with your taxes. That's not what I said. That is not what I said. I got what I said. So, I mean, but that's what I think they went on. And, Conquer. I mean, she's a beaut, isn't she? Talk about somebody when she goes, oh, I don't want to be a YouTube blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you do. That's all you want to do, is be on YouTube and talking like Betterow. That's what you started. That's what you wanted to be. You wanted to be like the queen. You really did. You didn't want to be a cupcake. You wanted to be the queen. But you got to remember, if you're going after those people, you better have all the ducks better be in a row. Because it's hard to take down the queen, and it's hard to take down the king and Turtle Boy. I mean, no matter what Turtle Boy does, people like Turtle Boy, and people like Melanie, and you can't just go after them and go and try to start trouble with them. And you'd think a lawyer would know that, right? That's why I question her law degree, and that's my opinion again. That's all it is. But, Nan, if you want to send me I heard now that she sent a cease and dismiss to Tommy CPU. I need to find out if that's true, because at one time I talked to Tommy a little bit right before I started the channel. And, but I heard that might be true, that he got, because he started like a give, send, go or something like that for himself, because he's worried about people coming after him or whatever. But it's like, if you didn't, you can go to the edge, you just can't go over the edge in causing somebody, financial harm or whatever. But, I don't think Tommy went over the edge. He does like to go there sometimes on some things, but I got to find out if that's true, because it sounds like, that she did put something against him, and it sounds like it came from Nan. So, yeah, that's what he said. He used it to his advantage, under the defamation. And Dean said, Dean kind of ripped him about that. He did do a great job in that video. Great job. And I appreciate it. Like I said, I appreciate everybody checking this out. Nothing really earth-shattering this morning that I did. I just wanted to check the camera out, make sure I didn't have to go out and buy a new one. Wanted to check the microphone out, make sure that it's all working yet. And probably be back, I don't know, maybe even later tonight after Turtle Boy's done. We'll do a post Turtle Boy. Let Danny do the pregame. I'll do the post. Maybe get with Cassie G, have him, before he does his thing, maybe have him come on with me, and we'll talk about what's going on. But again, I appreciate everybody. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to hit the share button. And please, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. I'd like to get to that 500 now. I know 100 was my goal, but if I can get to 500, they say that it changes a little bit what's going on with your channel. I know if you get to 1,000, it monetizes and all that kind of stuff. That's a long ways away. But it'd be nice to get to 500. I don't even know where we're at. Let's see what we're at before I get off of here. Because I think we're under or close to like 70 only needed now. The way it sounds. Let me check real quick and see what it is. Yeah, we need 67. So, at one time I needed 63. So we're coming back slow but sure from the disaster over the weekend that I started. And you'll like what we do, all right? Especially when I get my buddy Tracy on. And he's a laugh a minute and a lot of fun, a lot of things that he can talk about. And Mark's great, when it comes to the political side of things, and he'll give you stuff to kind of think about, and then also that you can hate him on. And it'll be fun. It'll always be fun here, all right? And we'll try to make you laugh. That's the big thing. We'll tell you some stories that are fun, and we'll try to make you laugh. And don't forget, Richard Young from the Kentucky Headhunters has confirmed to me that he will do a show. He just doesn't know what date yet, but he said he will come on with me. He's the leader of the Kentucky Headhunters, been that from day one, and he's a talker. He said to me, he goes, "How long do you want to go?" And I said, "Well, Richard, once me and you get talking." He goes, "I know, then it could be 2 hours. It could be," I said, "I know." He said, "Well, we'll put it down for at least 60 minutes. I said, "Okay." So hopefully we can do it. He said he was going to check for Thursday this week, but if not, we'll do one soon. You'll get a kick out of him. He's got a lot of great stories about being on tour with people and writing songs, for in Nashville for some other people. And and we can talk to him about his son who plays with Blackstone Cherry. And if you haven't heard Blackstone Cherry, go listen to some of their songs. They had a song that they wrote, and who was the country guys that they weren't there together anymore, I don't think, but they had a few big songs in around 2008 is when they started. I can't think what their names are now, but they were from Florida, and then they broke up. They were hating each other, and I think they're trying to get back together. But they took a Blackstone Cherry song that Blackstone Cherry wrote, and they made it a #1 hit on the countryside. So they've had some good success and everything. So your chat could be the Storkies. Yeah, we're gonna call it the Flock. I mean, that's what we started out with, so we're probably gonna keep it the Flock. I know that's what James Jackson wanted to be, Storkies. He kept on saying Storkies, but it's gonna be the Flock. I kind of like that. And I'm going to try to get some merch going here in a little while. So we'll have some, T-shirts and stuff like that. So, yes, we're not that far away. I'm showing 43. I'm showing 433, so that's 67 away. So we're close. If you share and if you like, and if you subscribe and you tell people to do that, we can be over 500. And then I'll go easy on everybody, because then we hit that plateau and we'll see what happens. I don't even know what happens, but I just know that it gets easier with YouTube and people striking you and all that kind of stuff. So, but so we'll do the Flock. And I mean, I like the Storky. I mean, that was one of the things I did like. And but people wanted, people that I asked, they said, no, let's do the Flock. So I went with the Flock. All right, you guys have a great morning. If you're just getting up and you're getting moving when I started, have a great one. I'm going to cue the music. And I'll see you soon. Like I said, maybe tonight after Turtle Boy, I'll do a post-game thing and talk about what's going on. Because I'll be up late this next few days anyway, watching my Brewers, because they're on the West Coast while they're in Vegas. And so they're going to be playing late, so I'm going to be up late. So there's nothing wrong with doing a show after that too. So, all right. Thanks again for everybody, coming in here and just hanging out. I appreciate it. Thanks for getting the chat going and interacting. I like that. I just can't keep up real fast like everybody else does, but I promise I'll get better at it, and we will get it going, all right? Cue the music.
In the hum of the studio where the levels run high, there's a voice cutting through like a lightning sky. At Master Media, he's holding the throne. The audio wizard, his name named Jeff Stone. He's taking names while the cameras roll, with a sarcastic grin and a heart of gold. Changing the game one upload at a time, making the hustle like a victimless crime. So come join the flock, don't you stay behind. Leave the boring old world in the daily grind, with a laugh and a thought to get you through. Jeff's got a brand new perspective for you. He's the king of the mic, the influence of soul, keeping us steady and taking control. Now Boston, Ginger Sharp, and Mary B's got the whip. Chase Heaven and Hippie Chick are making a hit. Dusty and Jan are the brains of the crew, but there's plenty of room in the rafters for you. Don't let the smart kids have all of the fun. The master revolution has only begun. He'll roast you a little, then lift you back up, pouring pure chaos in a coffee cup. So come join the flock, don't you stay behind. Leave the boring old world in the daily grind, with a laugh and a thought to get you through. Jeff's got a brand new perspective for you. He's a king of the mic, the influence of soul, keeping us steady and taking control. It's more than a channel, it's a state of mind, where the jokes are fast and the truth's easy to find. From the audio board to the YouTube screen, the funniest disruptive as you've ever seen. Someone's on the edge making the call. Master of media standing 10 feet tall. Stop being a stranger, get in on the play. Jeff Stone's gonna help you survive the day. You come join the flock, come join the flock. Thank you, hippie chick, for getting the channel out. Hey, come join the flock, and that's Talk Media. Jeff is ready to ride.